All right, we want to get another check on this forecast. A very active weather weekend is setting up for Northeast Ohio. Could impact some of your plans. Anthony's going to take us through it all. Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, it will impact your plans, especially if you have any early morning plans for your Saturday. For your Friday evening, this is the forecast. Things are mainly quiet. However, you did notice the clouds increasing throughout the afternoon, especially across the North Shore. So we're looking at some scattered rainfall potentially working through, but we do have a north wind and a bit of a dry air down at the surface, so it's going to take a while for rain to really get going. As we head beyond 11 o'clock, especially beyond midnight, that's going to be the heavy rainfall threats, and that's going to prompt and will begin the weather impact alert for your Saturday and also for your Sunday due to the chances of heavy rainfall that will give us some flooding concerns. A flood threat is already in place, so keep a close eye to the forecast. And folks, if you live near any localized rivers, creeks, those flood-prone areas, this is going to be the forecast for you. Flood watch already in effect that will be in effect until 8 a.m. Sunday, pretty much for much of our 18 counties. And check out how expansive these watches go all the way to eastern Texas. So a pretty significant swath of heavy rain for everyone across the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, all across the Mid-South. We have this stalled out front, and it's kind of been hanging around, and that's the focal point for the shower and thunderstorm activity. Even rounds of severe storms still ongoing in the Mid-South. So we're going to be dealing with some heavy rainfall, some thunder, some rumbles of thunder, and also some of these storms could be on the stronger side. So we have the flood watch for sure. Here's the focal point of this stalled out front, and it's going to be lifting up to the north. So we're going to have a little bit more instability to play with going into the overnight. Therefore, the Storm Prediction Center is getting in on this as well. Southernmost communities under a marginal risk of severe storms. So heavy rainfall, top of mind. When it comes to the severe weather threat, some of these storms could briefly be producing some hail and also some stronger wind gusts, primarily along Highway 30 and especially for locations further down to the south. For everyone, flood threat. We're looking at rainfall that will be heavy, potentially heavy rainfall rates to a half an inch to an inch per hour. We're talking about hours worth of heavy rain. So metro flooding, again, flood prone areas, you may want to avoid those, notorious intersections, interstate systems 480, I-90, usually a threat to flooding, and also rivers and creeks. We already have a couple warnings in place in Trouble and also in Lorain County. So we're going to be watching a lot of things, river levels most importantly. Let's take things hour by hour with your National Design by Hourly forecast. Here comes the rain for this evening. Again, not a big showstopper here, just some scattered rainfall working in from the south. And then as we get closer to midnight, we're going to take things hourly here. Here's 1 o'clock, rain arriving, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Again, heavy rainfall, and you really want to pay attention to the brighter colors. That is when you get into a quarter inch to a half an inch per hour. 4 o'clock, getting closer to 5 o'clock. Rainfall steady, especially down to the south and west, where we can see that rain really beginning to stack up. We're already waterlogged all across the area, so we'll catch a break as we get closer to the mid-morning hours. Then we're not done with the rain. This secondary chance of rain will be arriving here, and this will be associated with a cold front. So that same front is going to be lifting up to the north, then whiffling down to the south, bringing a return of north winds. This is Saturday afternoon, evening, getting closer to sunset for tomorrow. Check out those brighter colors. Again, light to moderate showers, and then a north wind for your Sunday as we start to dry out. Temperatures mainly in the 30s. So how much rainfall we're talking about? Anywhere between a half an inch to an inch of rain. This is the current solution we have. This is the evening update, and it has backed off on the rain chances compared to what we were tracking earlier this morning. So going throughout tomorrow morning, we're looking at a half an inch to an inch of rain according to this projection. And then with that secondary round of rain arriving throughout tomorrow afternoon, right into Sunday morning, anywhere between an inch to a half an inch. So if that plays out, not too bad. But I'm thinking some of us could see multiple inches of rain, especially where that stalled out front position itself, and that's going to be laying down the track for the heavy rainfall potential. As we go into early next week, a major trough is going to be digging down to the south for us, so return to winter briefly for Monday and Tuesday. which is the home opener for the Guardians. So we've been keeping steady with this rain and snow chance with this Clipper system, bringing a south wind for early Monday morning, then Monday evening, rain and snow chances going beyond Monday evening into early Tuesday, lingering lake effect snow showers. So check out this trough, bringing a northwest wind, and it's going to get cold, folks, all day long for Monday and also for your Tuesday with your Union Home Mortgage 10-day outlook. We have a weather impact alert, certainly for tonight, going to early Saturday afternoon with chances of showers and thunderstorms. Then a rain-snow mix late Sunday with lingering showers. Rain-snow mix with the Clipper system for Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures, 34 for Tuesday afternoon. Warmer temperatures down the line, 40s and 50s on the way by late week.
Yuck.
Got to keep an eye on it. There's going to be changes. There always are changes clear up to the last minute, so don't panic quite yet.
For sure.
Anthony, thank you for the latest.
And we'll keep that umbrella handy this weekend.